Hey, Mortgage Coach community, Dave Savage, and I am here with Deryck Cheney. What's up, Deryck?
Hey man, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for making time to have another call together. So last Tuesday, I interviewed Deryck. He was the Tuesday guest. I will put a link below if you missed that and you want to check it out. There'll be a link in the description below. Today, Deryck and I are going to talk about Mortgage Coach videos. I announced a contest last week where we made an ask to the community, create a video that is valuable to either a realtor or a partner and or a customer, and you would make it so that they would want to call you and get a total cost analysis. Again, the community went a lot of different directions. We have some incredibly creative, kind of like the home buying journey, really fun, creative stuff. We've had another loan officer just describe what a total cost analysis is. So we've had a lot of different versions. And first thing I want to say is amazing creativity. I'm so proud of our community and all the creativity we have. But Deryck, you volunteered to help me coach who the winner is. Now we're
Mhm.
not unveiling the winner right now. This is a call that we're doing the day before we're going to unveil the winner. But I would love to know, just from the videos you've seen so far, what are a couple of your favorites? What do you like, and what do you think could be better so far?
I want to start by just saying that I want to honor and respect everybody that submitted a video for this. It takes a lot of courage to do the video and then to post it and then to be judged on a video too. So guys, everybody that posted this in here, you are a winner. So let me just make that a point quickly. I have an absolute respect for anybody that would do this. So hats off to you. So I feel the same that you just said, Dave. It's so cool to see how people take it, and I loved people, the professionalism that they put in there, the care that they did it on. I will tell you right now that if you made me pick today, Dave. Okay, so if you said, hey, only the 10 that I only watched 10 from this weekend that you sent me. So from the 10 that I saw this weekend, there's one when you talk about a video to a realtor that I think stood out. That one to me was Lori Richardson's. I thought it was fantastic. Lori, if you're listening to this, I actually want to know, did you get help on that script? How did you get that good at video there too? Because that was done really well. You used impeccable language. You used terms like we all know. That's inviting people in. That was it's so upper level. Your call to action starts with let's. Okay, so you're doing it together with somebody. That is exactly what a realtor wants. I was absolutely really impressed with the language that you use. You also, from a scripting perspective, did an upper level marketing scripted video. You jumped right in. You know exactly, guys. This is what I can tell you that I love about Lori's is everybody when they watch a video, the first question they're asking right away is so what? They're going so what? So what does this mean to me? That's number one that they ask themselves, okay? And it has to be answered so quickly or they're out. You did such a good job of saying, what is the pain point that a realtor would have right there? You went right to it. You didn't have some big long intro. You went right to it. So that was fantastic because a realtor is curious about the lack of inventory right now, how to get their buyers off the fence. And you nailed it right off the bat. So now you got them listening. Then you said, listen in as I tell you how to help solve this problem. Upper level stuff, Lori, dude, hats off to you on that. That was fantastic. Let me make a couple other notes that I would say on this. From a production value, Lori, too, it was done really well. You used the rule of thirds. And the rule of thirds, too, is that you're not exactly in the center of a screen. You're a little off. And if you look at every photographer, every top level video, they're always a little off center and they have a nice background, a nice professional background. So right away, I was like, okay, there's a professional. So great job there. Your lighting was great and your sound was great too. So that on a production value, that was absolutely fantastic.
So I'm with you. Lori was fantastic. I'm not going to tell you who I would pick now. And I think we're up to about 15 submissions. Lori submitted 3 different videos. I'm going to
Mhm.
put a link to the one that Deryck just reviewed down below. So Lori's link will be below. Also, this morning, I pushed out a LinkedIn post, which, just really netted it out. What is the ask? Who are the judges? What is the criteria in which we're going to judge by? And again, this has been a tremendous contest because not only are we getting a lot of creative passion from the community, but we're all getting better at telling this story. And let's face it, while Deryck's going to do a 1 hour call with whoever wins. I have a number of other judges that are going to dump into the person who wins. Everybody's going to win because we're going to come out of this
Yeah.
contest in this experience with a playbook of how to create an amazing video that you can put on YouTube and that you can promote on Facebook that's going to get people to call up and say, I want a total cost analysis. So it's going to be great. So on Lori's, I say all the same things Deryck just said. I do want to emphasize, I put in some criteria about production quality. And Rob Crocker, who's one of the top YouTube agencies in the country, I mean, works for Nike. He actually was supposed to meet with me this morning, but he has to go to New York because he's doing a YouTube mini series for Samsung. So, I mean, a guy who has created some of the best YouTube videos on the planet, he wanted to say, when it comes to production quality, don't worry about it. It just can't be so bad that it's distracting. You know, so I would also say, Laura, you did a great job on the background. There were a few videos that were pretty nails, but the background was either distracting or it was off kilter. So I do want to remind folks, we're not telling you to go out and buy new cameras. We're telling you do need to have lighting. Like right now, I have a light in front of me to be intentional that I'm lit up.
Can I show too what I do? Can I?
Yeah,
And,
go
and
for it.
this is what I teach my clients too. I don't have anything but a window, so I just look into a window. That's one of the easiest ways too. Is if you look into a window and speak into a window, you'll get the natural light on you too. So that's another cheap, easy way to to do it.
Yeah, yeah. So, all right. So, Deryck, any other thoughts that we could give folks? Well, first of all, if you had a second favorite, what would be a second favorite so far? And then let's talk about, I want to start helping the community start thinking about headlines. Because, by the way, that's one other thing. A lot of people submitted things, TCA, let's just say the headlines have been less than spectacular so far. One thing that we can really start juicing up, and I would even recommend people as you submit the video to me, put a headline in there. Start to think about it. Spend a minute. Maybe there's a 1 minute headline. There's okay, I've thought about this for 10 minutes headline. And then I've gotten some feedback from my group. And there's another headline. But TCA, total cost analysis, we got to have better headlines. So second favorite, and then let's close this conversation on some headline suggestions.
Okay, great. So my second favorite is to the other part that you put in your initiative for people to do is the one that would also go to a client that would get it. Jenny Stoner's to me wins so far in that category because she starts it very powerfully with, let me tell you a story. The human being, we grow up getting told stories. So when you say, let me start with a story, people start to, they go in.
They lean in.
They lean in, right? And Jenny, right away in the very beginning, you get that she cares. And guys, I want to make this point when you're talking about video too. People will not remember the words that you say. They will remember how you make them feel. And the best way to make people feel a certain way is you make sure that you're feeling a certain way when you're doing a video. I know it's anxiety producing, I know it's nervous, and I know that. But if you can picture just talking to one person that you love or that you care about, Jenny does this excellent in her video. You get a real sense this is somebody that cares for her customer. So I thought hers was excellent for going to the customer. And you asked the question about headlines. That would be the only thing that I would say on Lori so far is, the one that I was just reviewing is she titles, what is a total cost analysis? Nobody is asking themselves that question. So in a headline, you want to put, what's the benefit of them watching this video? What's the benefit of them watching this video? That's the answer. And I don't want to I'm going to work with whoever it is to help you out with it. But I want you guys to be creative and come up with that. What is the benefit? Start the headline. What do they get out of spending their 2 minutes listening to you? Okay, we're all starved for attention right now. So tell them right away, what's the benefit? What are they going to get from that? And that would be my encouragement for you. And if you want me to say something too, if you want any inspiration, guys, here's a question for you, Dave, and for the listeners as well. Is What is from the 1970s? So you have to be 40, my age and over. From the 1970s, what is the commercial that is most remembered by in the history of United States commercials? The one that they show at every marketing event, the ones that they show all the time in there. And I'll give you a second to think. Dave, do you want to take a guess at it?
I'm not going to take a guess. But go ahead
So
and tell us.
it's Coca-Cola's "Have a Coke and a Smile."
Yeah.
It's me and Joe Green with the kid. But if you watch it, go to YouTube, watch that video. At the end, they're not talking about the features of Coke. They're not saying that this Coke has carbonation, water, and all this stuff in there. They're not saying that. They're saying this: when you drink a Coke, you're gonna feel good. You're gonna feel like smiling. You're going to be able to talk to, at that time, Mean Joe Green, which was this big football player. So again, they nailed what I was talking about. Is like, how do you feel after you watch that video? And hey guys, you're doing great. I'm so excited to see the rest, and keep it up.
Yeah. So I want to close on a couple thoughts. Remember, I'm putting a link below to Lori's video, putting a link below on the criteria in which you'll be judged by. But I think Deryck made a good point, because when you think of what do people want from a total cost analysis, it's great that they can see visually the difference between one program versus another. If you're talking about realtors, we're going to help create urgency and clarity for your clients. We're going to help your clients make better decisions faster. Let's come together as a community to get good at telling this story, because here's what we know. We know that we would love a family calling us saying, hey, I want my total cost analysis. We know we would have a realtor making a referral to us saying, my loan officer is going to do a total cost analysis versus a fee worksheet. So think about what people get out of that. And anyways, looking forward to seeing the headlines. Looking forward to seeing more submissions. Deryck, I think we're going to end up with over 20 submissions, because
Wow, that's
a
so
number
cool.
of people have come to me and said, "Hey, is it too late?" And I'm like,
Mm.
"Get it to me by midnight." Be ready for you and I to cram tomorrow morning and announce the winner. Also, everybody, I've got Robert Stover, who's going to be giving some feedback, although it's going to be later in the week. I've got Roberto Monaco, one of my speaker coaches, the guy who, there's no one I give more credit, not that I'm a great speaker, but for whatever I do that's right, I learned it from Roberto. I've got Bill Hart, who's going to be giving some feedback. Like I said, I've got Rob Crocker, who's giving feedback. So we've got a lot of judges that are going to dump a lot of love into this thing. And Deryck, really appreciate you, brother. Thanks for making time to give value to the community.
Yeah, I really honor and respect you guys for doing this. Great job getting outside of your comfort zone.
All right. Last thought for everybody. If you got value from today's YouTube video, give us a like below and share this with the mortgage friends that you know that would get value from this. Take care. Have a great day.
See you guys.